celebrating the existence of a 12-cylinder engine. As we continue to go through then and look a little bit closer at the rear, look at the shape of the wing. You have that triangular section in the centre of the three tail light pieces. Then they go out towards the upper sections where you have some central, almost fins as well on the wing going right out to the edges of the car. Then they come back in under themselves in the similar kind of style to that was introduced for the SVJ, going down towards the completely open sections behind the rear tyres to maximise efficiency and of course to get out that swelling air straight away. Now remember, it's a game car, it doesn't have to follow regulations of a racing series or any particular rules, so they can go wild, they can use their imagination, and that's where you get this diffuser that has those exhausts as part of almost the fins down at the bottom of it. You can see the Centro Stile logo there on the back as well, often produced and incorporated into the design of these cars that the team create when they're designing them. Around towards the side again, you can see the cutaways like a proper race car behind the front arches, behind the front wheels, to maximise the air that flows straight through the car. Very low and aggressive side sills, and you might be wondering, how do you actually get into this thing? Well, the cockpit actually goes upwards. That's how you climb in. There are no traditional doors on either side of it, we could say. Now, one thing you notice here is the way the lights go over the arches, there's almost a channel for airflow to head over and go on through. This thing looks literally like something that should be off on the moon. Maybe the moon's surface isn't the best for it to be driving on, but it feels like it's from out of space. It feels like a car that has been designed from the future and come back in time. And I guess in a way it reminds me a little bit of Lamborghini's Egoista that was launched maybe 6 or 7 years ago, a single-seater Egoista, literally meaning ego, one person, and a car that, well, they've never made beyond a concept, and this is, I guess, the same design and idea again. To have a better look at the steering wheel, you can see some of the controls instantly accessible from the thumbs. You've probably got a selection between different modes down at the bottom, and of course the paddles mounted onto the back, but a really cool design for the steering wheel itself in front of that projected display. The car though was launched at the World Finals in front of a crowd as it happens, and the gaming simulators and machines that were being used for the racing itself. I would have loved to have been there to see this car and be able to share it with you in person, and I sincerely hope that at some point in the future that I'll actually be able to do so. But being able to take it in, to see some of the details, to see the colours, like the Cyan presented in a dark kind of satin green, I think, with the bronzy gold touches, the Lamborghini active suspension that shows through that allows you to visually see that, but just the profile of this thing, to go from renders to reality to also something that can be played with literally in Gran Turismo, inside the game itself, is just, I think it's something really, really cool, and I like that a lot. I spent quite a lot of time around the Bugatti Vision GT when it presented, and the idea that it kind of connects the cars to the gamers, to the games, to have the opportunity to play with them and to get more of a